Welcome to Chasing Curiosity TV. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. A new front line has emerged in the West Philippine Sea, where tension hangs heavy over the waters. Chinese Coast Guard vessels shadow Filipino fishing boats, firing water cannons and using lasers in a campaign of intimidation. For years, China has built military bases on reclaimed reefs, shifting the balance of power away from Manila. But now, a major announcement signals a turning point. The United States will fund and develop new naval facilities on Palawan, the Philippines' westernmost frontier. This isn't just about construction, it's about drawing a line in the sea. These bases are designed to give the Philippine Navy the ability to sustain its presence, repair ships, and respond rapidly to threats. The world is watching, as trillions in global trade pass through these contested waters. The stakes are high for the Philippines and the international community: freedom of navigation, rule of law, and regional stability. For Filipino sailors and fisherfolk, this is more than geopolitics. It's hope and a promise of support. This story unpacks the new U.S. Philippine partnership, the strategic locations of these naval facilities, and why they matter. We'll explore how this fits into a revitalized alliance between Washington and Manila. We'll examine military upgrades across Palawan and on remote islands like Pag-asa. This is not just a military story. It's about a nation pushing back, strengthening its defenses, and reasserting its place in a contested sea. With the backing of its oldest ally, the Philippines is writing a new chapter in its struggle for sovereignty. The tide may finally be turning. The front line has shifted, and the Philippines is no longer standing alone. At the heart of this initiative is a powerful plan. The U.S. will fund two major naval facilities in Palawan. These aren't sprawling American bases, but crucial support hubs for the Philippine Navy, forward operating pit stops for repairs, refueling, and resupply. The investment, worth tens of millions, covers piers, repair yards, and warehouses. For the Philippine Navy, this means more time at sea and greater operational readiness. The facilities will be owned and operated by the Philippines, with U.S. forces having rotational, not permanent access. This model, under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, strengthens Philippine capabilities and U.S. Philippine interoperability. The goal: empower the host nation, not create dependency. In Manila, the move is praised. In Beijing, it's a cause for concern. These facilities counter China's gray zone tactics, making it harder for them to dominate by sheer persistence. The playing field is being leveled. This isn't about starting a war, it's about making aggression more costly and less likely. The U.S. is putting real resources behind its words. Location is everything, and the chosen sites, Oyster Bay and Quezon, are game changers. Oyster Bay, a deep-water cove on Palawan's west coast, faces the West Philippine Sea and sits near the contested Spratly Islands. From here, Philippine ships can reach flashpoints like Ayungin Shoal and Mischief Reef in record time. Quezon, further down the coast, adds redundancy and resilience, ensuring no single point of failure. Together, these bases create a flexible, robust naval presence. Oyster Bay enables rapid response to Chinese harassment, especially during resupply missions to outposts like the BRP Sierra Madre. The proximity to disputed territories raises the stakes for any interference. Palawan is transformed from a tourist haven into a hardened forward operating base. The message: the Philippines is serious about defending its territory. Geography is now a force multiplier, giving the Navy a crucial home field advantage. The lines on the map are becoming a physical reality. These new bases are more than repair shops, they're force multipliers. With forward bases, ships spend more time patrolling and less time traveling for resupply. This sustained presence deters aggression and boosts morale. Equipped with modern communications and surveillance, these hubs give commanders real-time awareness and faster decision-making. Local control means quicker, more effective responses to incidents. The bases also enhance U.S. Philippine interoperability, making joint operations seamless. An adversary now faces the prospect of a rapid, integrated Allied response. Under EDCA, shared access turns the Mutual Defense Treaty into practical reality. These facilities also serve civilian needs, staging disaster relief and humanitarian missions in typhoon-prone Palawan. The military and civilian communities are more closely linked, building trust and resilience. Forward bases are the backbone of both security and human safety. The Palawan projects are the clearest sign yet of a revitalized U.S. Philippine alliance. The Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, or EDCA, is the legal foundation for these joint efforts. EDCA allows U.S. troops and equipment to rotate through agreed Philippine bases, but sovereignty remains with the Philippines. This isn't a return to permanent U.S. bases, but a modern, flexible partnership. The focus: build up the armed forces of the Philippines and ensure seamless cooperation. With rising tensions in the West Philippine Sea, both nations accelerated EDCA's implementation, expanding sites and fast-tracking projects. Tangible assets on the ground are now replacing mere diplomatic protests. The alliance sends a message: the Mutual Defense Treaty is alive and backed by real investment. China is put on notice: aggression now risks U.S. involvement. Deterrence is strengthened and regional stability is reinforced. The alliance is once again central to Philippine defense. EDCA is no longer just a framework, it's action. Oyster Bay and Quezon are part of a broader transformation. Palawan is becoming a defense hub. The Antonio Bautista Air Base in Puerto Princesa has been upgraded, supporting both Philippine and U.S. aircraft. From here, patrols monitor the West Philippine Sea, and fighter jets provide air defense. U.S. surveillance planes like the P-8 Poseidon now operate from Palawan, boosting intelligence. Further south, Balabac Island is being developed as a strategic outpost, guarding the vital Balabac Strait. New airfields and naval stations extend reach toward the Spratlys. These sites, all under EDCA, create a layered defense network. Palawan is now an integrated, multi-domain fortress, no longer just a coastline but an active defense zone. The AFP with U.S. support can see further, respond faster, and sustain operations longer. This holistic strategy makes Palawan a formidable platform for defending Philippine sovereignty. Beyond Palawan, Pag-asa Island in the Spratlys is being upgraded as both a military outpost and a civilian community. New infrastructure, beaching ramp, improved runway, better housing and communications, makes the island more viable and self-sufficient. A functional runway enables reliable supply, medical evacuation, and air patrols, solidifying the Philippine presence. Civilian upgrades strengthen the legal claim. Pag-asa is a habitable, governed municipality, not just a military post. This non-confrontational assertion of sovereignty is powerful under international law. The improved runway links Pag-asa to Palawan, extending patrol range and support. Palawan serves as the rear base. Pag-asa is the forward marker. Together, they form a chain of defense and sovereignty from the mainland to the heart of the West Philippine Sea. Military and civilian presence reinforce each other. The Philippines is anchoring its claims with both people and power. The U.S. Philippine projects are a direct response to China's militarized artificial islands in the South China Sea. China's bases, built on reefs like Mischief and Fiery Cross, are now full-scale military outposts, shifting the regional balance. These fortresses let China project power and intimidate neighbors. In contrast, the Palawan and Pag-asa upgrades are on sovereign Philippine territory, focused on defense, not expansion. The goal: enable the Philippines to patrol and protect its own waters, not to threaten others. This is about restoring balance, not provoking conflict. By building up Palawan, the Philippines complicates China's strategy and deters unilateral moves. The presence of resilient Philippine and allied assets introduces new risks for any aggressor. Deterrence is about making conflict too costly to contemplate. These developments are a measured step toward regional stability. The U.S.-funded naval facilities in Palawan mark a turning point for Philippine security in the West Philippine Sea. These bases give the Navy the endurance to maintain a constant presence and push back against Chinese coercion. The U.S.-Philippine alliance is now more than words. It's concrete action and real capability. This approach strengthens sovereignty and raises the cost for any would-be aggressor. The message to Beijing: the Philippines is not alone and freedom of navigation is being defended. With upgraded bases and fortified islands, the Philippines now has a multi-layered deterrence strategy. It's not about matching China ship for ship, but about making aggression unthinkable. The Philippines is moving from vulnerability to strength, shaping its own strategic future. The new dawn over Palawan is the dawn of a new era, one built on self-reliance, foresight, and alliance. The game has changed, and the Philippines is now a much stronger player.